Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am EddCase. Welcome to Base Race, my episode 0, where we're going to be going over all the interesting details for this time-themed challenge. Okay, so first of all, we are in Bat-Heart's base. What have we got down here? Batty scored a birdie, eagle, and a pig on this golf course in Base Race May 2018, and then you can click on there to get to Bat-Heart's channel. Okay, so yes, this is the second time that I've had to do something interesting to get the build to fit in the world. And it was Batty's build last time. It was the Hanging Gardens of Babylon that I had to place in the sky. So guess what? I've done exactly the same thing to this one. It is a giant golf course in the sky. The interesting thing, though, is that to get out of this base, jump into the blowhole to get started. So you can go up these stairs, up you go, and then jump into this blowhole. And this will take you to another blue whale out in the world somewhere. And it's actually very far from this. This is kind of near spawn, the original spawn. Whereas this will take you off to several thousand blocks away from this. So yes, you're not going to be going down the edge of here and exploring down here. That's not where you're meant to go. You go through the blowhole, and you'll just end up in a completely new place. So yeah, a bit of a different thing this time. But yeah, it's good. It should be a working golf course, so you can go and find the pigs at the beginning, and look, there they are. And you can go and do a round of golf if you please. But do remember that if you if you take the pig down into the blowhole, you will get teleported. But yeah, there you go. Right, so let's have a look at the items for this month. So we've got lots of biomes to be visiting. We've got acacia, so we need to go to a savanna. That's spruce. Need some sheep. That's brown. So that means you're going to need cocoa beans from a jungle. There are also vines. You can also get that from a jungle or a swamp. Lime green glass. So that's lime. That's cactus you're going to need, so a desert. And that's about it for the biomes, I think. You are going to need to do a bit of hunting, because that's a bone block, so you need to go get some skellies. Undergroundy stuff. You're going to need to go and get either gold or redstone. And lots of iron. Generally, lots of iron. No nether stuff this time. But yes, my favorite item that I've ever put into Base Race, and I've done it like 3 times now, 3 or 4. Yes, the heavily damaged anvil. Yes, so not only creating an anvil, you then have to damage the anvil heavily. Don't break it. Don't break it. But you've got to damage it heavily and then put it into the item list, and there you go. Okay, so I think that is everything that needs to be said about that. Sure, okay. Whoa. Let's jump on down. So, scoreboard, teams, leave, bam. I should be in here. Great. Cool. Okay, grand. Well, let's just do this side of the wall, and then I'm going to tell you the interesting thing, because there is a special mechanic about this base race. It's going to make everything very different. I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, so first off, which parts of base race are you playing? The whole thing, or just the base stage, or just the race stage? Bloop, bloop, bloop. As per usual, do not harvest materials from the spawn base. Do not break the bed or create a new one. As I've been doing recently, there are 2 beds up in the spawn base. So, 2 of you can sleep there. And if you want to create, if more people are playing, then just spawn in more beds. You know the drill by now. Anyway, which items would you prefer to collect/build with? We got black concrete powder and gold block, or black terracotta and redstone block. So you've got the choice of the yellow or the red, going for gold or going for redstone. But then you've also got 2 different types of color things, and they're both, as you can see. Oh yes, that's right. It's got the red asterisk, so you can have any color when you're building, any color of concrete or terracotta. And you can have concrete as well as concrete powder. That has been decided. So yeah, you've got the kind of the more vibrant colors, the more, stock, vibrant, normal, those kind of colors, or you've got the kind of more kind of muted colors of the terracotta. So yeah, some choices there. Now, here's the interesting thing. I'm not going to show you the wall behind me yet, because I'm now going to tell you what the special thing is for this month. So because the theme is time, the special mechanic is the moment that you click that button in there, you get a 20-minute timer, and it appears on the right of your screen. You see it in the sidebar. So the 20 minutes count down, and then when it hits 0, you are teleported back to base. And then a new 20-minute counter starts. So yes, it's all about doing things in time. But now we're going to go back to the wall behind us, because the plus and negative choices behind me are all to do with this main mechanic. Let's find out what they are. Time givers. Cows, 30 seconds. Skeletons, 2 minutes. Enderman, 10 minutes. Well, there you go. You get, it's kind of self-explanatory. You choose which one you want, and that is how much time it gives you. So yes, you can actually bank extra time by going after cows, skeletons, or endermen. Obviously, endermen are, much fewer and harder to kill, so they give you a lot of time. Whereas cows are very easy to find and kill, but don't give you much time at all. And then you've got skeletons that are somewhere in between. So yes, those are the time givers. So what do you think the negative is? Time leeches. Time leeches. Zombies, creepers, or spiders. So these things leech time off of you, and they do it at a considerable rate. So yeah, it's kind of scary. Kind of scary, kind of interesting. I've tried to balance this as much as possible. You might be thinking that, hey, spiders, for example, you kind of bump into them a lot less often than zombies. Which is true, because zombies have the kind of hoarding mechanics, the kind of following mechanics. They follow you for further. They're easier to spawn because they only need 1 block by 2 blocks high, whereas spiders need a 2 by 2 by 1 to spawn. So it's harder to spawn spiders than it is to spawn zombies. Zombies spawn in clusters, so there are more zombies than spiders. So you think, okay, maybe I'll just go with spiders then. But I've taken that into account. I'm not going to tell you how exactly I've taken that into account, but I have. And the same with creepers. So yeah, they all have slightly different values and stuff behind the scenes, but hopefully it's balanced. This has been very, very difficult for me to try and balance by myself. I kind of need... There's another... I say it every time, but if I had beta testers, which is impossible, then I would be able to balance this. But I can't. So I've done my best to try and balance it, and that goes for these things too. I'm trying to get it to a stage where, like, you can't just go hunting one night, kill a bunch of skeletons, and you get so much time that you never have to think of having a time limit anymore, because that would just be boring. That would essentially be doing an old-fashioned base race. If you just got yourself tons of time and then you're just doing the base race, That's what I've tried to avoid happening. I feel like with all the time givers things that you've got, it's kind of being balanced out against the fact that the time leeches are really quite powerful. They really take time off of you. So yeah, very different month this month. It's kind of more akin to the kind of things that I do in a mini base race, except it's not. It's a full base race. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy it. It's going to be interesting. And hopefully that's all balanced. One other thing about the time, I said that the time remaining appears on the right of the screen. Well, it doesn't show you higher than 20 minutes. So if you bank, if you say you're at 18 minutes and you kill an enderman, that it goes up to 28 minutes, but it'll only say you've got 20 minutes remaining on the right-hand side. But you do actually have 28 minutes. And the moment that it ticks down, like from 28, 9 minutes later, it reaches 19 minutes, then you'll see on the right-hand side that the timer is going down. So basically, when it says 20 minutes on the side, it actually means 20 minutes plus. Okay? Right, and then we go into here. You may have already seen the Patreon reward because it is up in base, just like it was last time. So, click here to see if the resource pack is working as per usual. Welcome to Base Race. Welcome to Base Race. Got all the things, and the race, it explains right here, time, 20 minutes before you're teleported back to the base, and new 20-minute timer starts. Let's find out what the Patreon reward is. A sonic screwdriver. I mean, of course it is. What else could it be? Yes, again, you don't actually have to click on this at all, but if you click on it, it will tell you what the sonic screwdriver does. Remember that if you are a patron, then you should be downloading the world and the resource pack. You don't have to download the resource pack, but if you're running it on a multiplayer server, then you do have to download the resource pack and implement it yourself manually. Otherwise, if you're just playing a single player, then you don't need to download that. Just download the world and the resource pack is inside it and it will load itself. As usual, you know the drill. But yes, if you're a patron, download the patron version of the map from the Patreon posts page. There's actually a link to it if you click there. And if you're a tier 2 patron, i.e. $5 and above, make sure you download the tier 2 version of the world from the tier 2 post on the Patreon page. All right, there you go. If I just click on this, boom, there you go. You can see 20 minutes remaining. So yeah, the moment you click on it, it says 20 minutes remaining on the right-hand side. And now over here, this is where you get the sonic screwdriver. It's right there. You right-click on there and you can grab a sonic screwdriver. There it is. Pretty cool. And right here, you can get the Patreon cap. These are going to be here no matter what version of it you have. You know, if you're not a patron, they're still going to be here as a reminder of what you could have if you were a patron. Of course, if you try and click on them, they won't work. And I think that's everything. Okay. So yeah, as I say, very interesting one. It's not like you have a beneficial, like, you know, rocket boots or anything like that. There aren't buffed up mobs or anything like that, but you still have to be scared of them because they are going to be eating your time away, and you still have to be thinking about which things you should go after to bank more time. I think it's going to be a really interesting one, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plays out. You can see my time has just ticked down to 19 minutes. Ah! Alright guys, hope you have fun with this one. Thank you very much for watching. I've been EddCase, and I'll see you next time.